Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Happy Monday. Okay. Okay. I think I'm here. I've been having internet problems all morning, so hopefully I don't get like kicked off my live chat because that would make me really sad. But good morning. Happy Monday. I'm just going to be doing a get ready with me. Hello. Okay, yay. People are here. Woo woo. I was really nervous because I sat down like right away at my desk this morning to start working, and it was like no internet, no internet, no internet. I'm like, cool, cool, of course. And it was not working very good last night either. So I was like, oh goodness, please work. So hopefully I don't get kicked off the live chat because that would make me really sad. But happy Monday. Good morning, guys. Hello, hello. I'm just gonna be getting ready this morning so I can do some filming today. Got to film for the Will I Buy It video. And I wanted to chat about the challenge. Instead of doing a double upload today, I'm doing a live chat because today's challenge task is another repeat. As we get to the second half of the month, it's a little bit more like I have some repeat days on the schedule, so I thought I could touch on that. Get ready with me, and then I asked in my community tab like what else you guys would like me to chat about today, because that will only take a few minutes. And a lot of you said that you wanted to talk about like motivation, like self-motivation and all of that. So I thought with Monday motivation, why not? So that's what I am planning on for today. So I'm just going to start getting ready because otherwise I will forget. So using my Farsali liquid glass. If you are watching on the playback, I will try to make sure I have everything linked in my description box, but I haven't even figured out how to have a description box like when I go live with all my links, but you know, that's okay. So far, I'm really liking the liquid glass. I know the Sephora sale is kicking off today. I have not shopped at this moment because I've been running errands this morning, but yeah, so far I'm really quite liking it. So like I said, I do want to touch on the challenge first, just in case people are here, like just for that part, and then we can go into like some Monday motivation chat. But if you guys have been following along, I started a challenge on August 1st, and I have a calendar for it, and each day I just have a different task with like, you know, challenges to for like motivation, self-improvement, you know, positivity, like all that different stuff. And so I have a different task on the calendar each day. And today, your card is at $400. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. For today on the challenge, I had to wake up early. So we've already done this earlier in the month. And I will also link out my first video when this goes up back on the replay. But I have been really loving waking up early. I did again today, both my husband and I. I was actually up before him, but I like waking up early. Not every day. I'm not a wake up early every day type of person. Like some days I like to lay in bed for a little bit longer, but I wanted to put it on the calendar for Mondays because I feel like it's just a good like way to start your week. Like it's a good way to get motivated for the week, is like kicking it off, waking up, you know, 30 minutes early, 40 minutes early, you know, something like that. I feel like so much more productive when I wake up, even like an hour earlier. I always say I wake up an hour earlier and I feel like I added 3 more hours to my day. Like it's crazy. I don't know how that's happening. For my foundation, I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Hydrating. And the Dose of Color sponge. I've been loving the sponge. I want to film my foundation ranking video either today or tomorrow. It kind of depends on, I have to film the Will I Buy It today. The ranking video should go up on Thursday. And I felt like I had a pretty good idea of how I was going to rank them. And then I wasn't sure. And now I need, like, I'm trying a few more that I felt like I already had my opinion on. I'm trying them again because I'm like, I can't quite recall what I'm gonna do here. So this is gonna be like really one of like my toughest ranking videos. I felt like bronzers was really hard for me, but these 4 foundations, that's gonna be tough. Like I literally had in my mind, I was like, should I just change it to a review, like a roundup video, because it's going to be so hard to rank. But I know that people really love the rankings, so I'm gonna give it my best shot. But like I was saying, with waking up early, I just feel like it gives me so much like motivation for the day. And I don't know, it just seems to add so much more time to my schedule. Like I said, I woke up early today. I've already been grocery shopping. I've already ran to the post office. I already I did my yoga, and I actually filmed it because I'm going to put like my yoga flow for August up on Instagram today. Like I already got that done. It's mostly edited at this point. Like I feel like I've just gotten a lot done. So I like waking up early. Again, I don't do it. I don't do it every day. But some days it's just nice. And I was saying in the first video that I did for the challenge that in July, I actually challenged myself to wake up early every single day for a week. And that was tough, but then I kind of like rewarded myself because, also on the challenge calendar, I have to reward yourself. Like, you do good things. Like, I think that you should reward yourself. So the next week I let myself sleep in on Friday. Like I let myself like legitimately sleep in, like turned off my alarm clock. I was like, you know what? You woke up early every single day last week. Like, this is your day to just like take a step back, relax, like sleep in a little bit, cuddle with my dog, and all of that. So yeah, that's what I have on the calendar today, is to wake up early. And like I've always said, I know like this challenge really does need to be very individual because, maybe you have like a newborn at home and it like your sleep schedule isn't your sleep schedule, it's their sleep schedule, something like that. Like maybe with your job or, just whatever your life might be. Like maybe this is something you already do. Maybe there's a different, challenge or goal that you can put in place instead. But that's what I had on the calendar today. Again, just really like a quick chat since we've already gone over that. But in case you are here for the challenge aspect of it, the challenge for today is to wake up early. And also, I'm thinking about doing a live tomorrow and Wednesday. What do you guys think about that? Hey, Sarah. Someone asked what mirror I'm using. This is from Glamcore. This is the Ricky Loves Ricky. I believe this one is the Cutie. Yep, the Ricky Cutie. This is the mirror that I use, and on the, like, it does light up, like in the back. It does light up there. I'm gonna try to turn the lights off. It has like a finger stand here too. And it also has, I can't get it with my nails, but it has like a little stand so you can stand it up too. So this is the mirror that I pretty much use all the time. And I'm using the Fenty Hydrating Foundation. But yeah, so I was thinking about doing a live tomorrow and Wednesday too. And doing tomorrow's live in the afternoon and then Wednesday's live in the evening, because I know not everybody can make the same time frame and all of that. Positive Posse, I still want to put that on a shirt. Hello, Mary. So yeah, that's what I was thinking to try to, because I know some people are like, I just can't make the mornings, but I can make evenings. And I noticed on the calendar, the next 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, are all repeat challenge days, and it would only take me a few minutes. I mean, the challenge videos have only been like 7 to 10 minutes as of right now anyways. But really those would be like 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm like, maybe I could do a live and try to hit different time frames, not time zones, but you know what I'm thinking? Yeah. You guys seem to like that idea? Okay, cool. So that's what I'm planning to do. Tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday evening, I'll be live on my YouTube channel. That should be a lot of fun. I'm going to use the Covergirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I used this in a Trying New Makeup last Friday or the Friday before, and I've been like really feeling on this concealer. So that is what I'm going to do today. So yeah, that is really it for the challenge talk. Okay. Sometimes it's just hard to like do certain tasks and talk at the same time, but I try my best. But yeah, I thought we could go over to just some like casual Monday motivation talk, because when I mentioned doing this live chat and I asked what people wanted to see, a lot of people were asking about motivation, how to motivate yourself, how to be self-motivated and all of that. And I don't know, I can you know, I can try to give my like best ideas or tips or, you know, all of that, but I'd also really love to know like what you guys think too. So I thought it would be a fun one for the live to try to get your thoughts and feedback on this one. Seriously, sometimes doing makeup in a live is so hard. I don't know how people do this so well. I feel like I even struggle like doing makeup and talking in a regular video that I can edit, much less doing a live chat. So, okay. So for motivation, I think it kind of varies on what it is that you're looking for motivation for. Because I get asked a lot about what is going on. Oh, Lord E. Do I need to get a moderator for my live chats again? Because I totally can. I just hate bothering people like, hey, will you come do this? So, let's be cool in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try to figure out how to like make people go away. So, okay. I'll work on seeing if someone wants to be my moderator again. I just feel bad because I've been moderators before for people too. And it's kind of stressful. like, like I'm always like, I'm trying to go so fast and like try to help, especially when live chats have a bunch of people. That always stresses me out. I like especially when live chats are less people because it doesn't freak me out as much, but especially I've like moderated when there's like hundreds and hundreds of people on, and trying to moderate that gets super stressful. And sometimes the comments go by so fast. Like in the past before, I've totally deleted a comment that I didn't mean to delete because like they were just going so fast and I tried to get the right one. I was like, oh no, I deleted someone's comment that, you know, did not deserve to be deleted. So I felt really bad about that. But yeah, I will, I guess, especially set for, if I'm, like I said, like I want to do a few more live chats. You know, I don't know if I would do like every week or something like that, like once the challenge does end, but I guess I can try to find me a moderator and all of that. So, okay. But yeah, let's just try to be cool. Be cool in the comments. Okay, I'm just using the Fenty Beauty setting powder as well to set the concealer. Yeah, live chat, I saw someone say that live chats are stressful. They really are. Like, I don't know. I used to do them a couple years ago. Only a Cubs fan can be my moderator. That's really funny. I used to do them like every week at the old house, and looking back, I'm like, how in the world did I do that? Because now I just get, I don't know what it is. I just get more and more stressed doing a live chat. I don't know why, but they're fun. I mean, they're fun at the same time. So that's what matters. Thank you. Thanks guys for saying that you can help out. I appreciate that. I will definitely be talking to some people, so that'll be really helpful. Ooh, I saw someone say go Pack. I'm so excited about football being back. I saw a commercial on ESPN last night. I think it was for college football, but it said like college football is coming back in 6 days. I'm not as big for like college football as I am for the NFL, but that still got me pretty hyped. Not gonna lie, it was all about like the different mascots doing funny things, and I got pretty excited about that. But I do like, I'll watch some of college football, but mostly I just kind of focus on like the Iowa team since I'm in Iowa. I try to like keep up with what they're doing. Sometimes it's fun to go to the big Iowa State game. It's like a really big one. I have no idea what makeup look I'm doing. Not gonna lie to you. No idea. I just have a bunch of stuff sitting in front of me. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like I pay attention to like the Iowa State game and all of that because that's like a really big one here in Iowa. People get like pretty hyped for it. So, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm so I literally just tried to use my brush bag as a mirror. This is how This is how stressed live chats make me. Yeah, but no, I don't really know. I have my Natasha Denona Coral palette. I'm probably going to try to do a look with this, even though I'm pretty much confident I'm going to be returning that palette because it's already, if you guys saw like my training makeup, like this shade is pretty much just like barely hanging on. This shade was not fully pressed into the pan. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like I can't even like open it. I can't even, it's just, it's kind of a mess. And it was, what was it? $48 for that foundation. So that kind of sucks, let me tell you. I'm going to use my Jouer duos, my bronzer duo, and also my blush duo here. I also broke my fingernail. I don't know. I'm not trying to flip you guys off. I don't know if you can see. I broke my fingernail. Or I didn't break it. I cut it with scissors. And it's like hanging on. I just need to like take it off. But I'm afraid it's going to like, I don't know. I just need to take it off. But yeah, I was cutting up a credit card last night. And I cut my fingernail. Am I blurry? I feel like my camera is focusing on Perry versus me. Pretty typical. Pretty typical. But yeah, that was kind of rude. Cutting up a credit card, feeling all proud of myself. Cut my fingernail off. Like, wow. Excellent. Excellent work, Samantha. So, yes, Perry's always tried to steal the show. Let me tell you here. I think I saw some people ask me how I'm liking the Fenty foundation. I really do like it. I felt like I was saying earlier that I think that I'm going to film my foundation ranking video either today or tomorrow. But I felt like I had a pretty good idea of where they were going to be ranked, and then the Dose of Colors kind of threw like a wrench in my plans. So I'm like, okay, hold on. So now I'm going back and like retesting some of the foundations just to get like, make sure I have my final thoughts. So yeah, I wanted to try out the Fenty one today one more time, but I'll have that ranking video soon with the Urban Decay, the Fenty, the Anastasia, and the Dose of Colors. I think that should be Thursday's upload. So okay. Yeah, I'm really bummed about the palette. I don't know. I mean, I bought the mini nude too, and I bought that online, and I've never had a problem with the mini nude. It showed up fine. Like no issues there, but I feel like with the like her regular size 5-pan palettes, I feel like I've heard people complain about the shades falling out and such. I think maybe I've even seen it on some of her bigger palettes too, which that would make me incredibly angry, spending that kind of money and having shades fall out. But I don't know. I'm just kind of frustrated. And I mean, $48 is like crazy expensive for a 5-pan palette. So for 2 of the shades to be, I feel like I have a hair in my mouth. For 2 of the shades to not be like pressed correctly, I'm like, I could have bought a bigger palette for that. And I know so many people were saying, like once I bought it, they were like, why did you buy that? You should have bought the Sunrise palette because it's only like, is it like $20 more or something? And you get a lot more shades, but I just really wanted to try the 5-pan formula also. And I really did like this color scheme, and still, I'm just still not interested in the Sunrise palette. I know so many people have tried to convince me to buy it, and I don't know, the colors in there seem more fall to me, which like I'm starting to get a little bit more into fall, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm kind of just still more into some of these lighter shades and all of that, but I don't know. As of right now, I think that I'm going to return it. I don't live nearby to a mall or Sephora or anything anymore, so it might have to be a little bit before I can, but you win some, you lose some, I guess. Okay, so like I said, I wanted to talk about Monday motivation. I feel like I got sidetracked for a second there. That's also hard too with the live chats. Like I like to get an idea, like have, 1 or 2 topics in mind to kind of talk about, but it's so easy to get sidetracked with just, reading the comments and seeing like different conversations and what we can talk about and all of that. But Oh, this nail. Oh yeah, she's going. Aries is sitting. I think I need the clippers to take it off. Aries is on the couch napping in the sunshine. Like she sits right in front of the window so the sun hits her, and she lays on top of the couch and sleeps. But one thing that I would say, so I get asked a lot of questions about like, how do you find, like, how are you motivated with your schedule? Like, because, you know, I do, like, I upload daily onto YouTube. I'm an author and all of that. And so I get asked a lot of questions about scheduling and you know, like, how do I find the motivation to do all of that? So when it comes to things like that, I feel like kind of my motivation is, and I feel like this is gonna sound like kind of cliche, but it's just because I genuinely enjoy what I do and I have a passion for it and it makes me excited. And you know, a lot of times it doesn't feel like I'm working. And you know, I've had times where it's like I would rather work than do something else. And I remember when I was going through that, I remember at one point like my husband saying to me like, you have to come out of your office, like you can't just work. And I was like, oh yeah. So like trying to find like a work-life balance can be a little bit hard, but I guess the motivation for me in that aspect is that I just really enjoy what I'm doing. And I was thinking about this too, even when it came to like, I don't know, that's a whole, that'll get me on a whole other tangent. Actually, maybe I shouldn't even go there. See, again, sometimes lives are hard because I feel like I could talk about things, but then it'll take me to a whole different track. And then it's just kind of like, well, all over the place. But I don't know, when it comes to my schedule and how I go about things and how I do all the different things, you know, I get to choose what I do. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I've chosen to be a YouTuber. I've chosen to write books. I've worked really hard to get to where I'm at. Like it didn't just happen. It didn't just happen overnight for me, and all of that. But I've worked really hard to be able to do this full time, if that makes sense. And so now I enjoy it. So I have the motivation to do it because I have the passion for it, which definitely, you know, really helps a lot. But when it comes to motivation for other things, such as like doing the challenge and all of that, and doing like the little things that I have on the challenge calendar, like waking up early and like having these different conversations and all of that, that's where I kind of wanted to get some of your guys' comments of like, how do you stay motivated to keep on track there? Like if you kind of take out like the professional side of things and all of that, like how do you guys stay motivated in that sense? So yeah, I don't know. I kind of wanted to get some of your comments and feedback in there too, because I feel like it's so different for everybody, and it's fun to see, you know, what keeps you guys motivated and excited and all of that. So yeah, so let me know. I'm gonna do my brows, but I'm gonna try to be like glancing at the comments. This is a really hard thing to do while like trying not to talk, but trying to talk to keep the conversation going. I do not know how people do this. Sarah said, I find it hard to stay motivated to study. It's not exciting. And you want to work with patients and you know you got to do the books first, but it's hard. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine. So that's why I was curious, because, you know, there's definitely so many things. I mean, because I haven't always, you know, just been doing this for like professionally. Like I used to do my other jobs too. And I'm like, what kept me motivated? Because I've talked in the past too about, I feel like I've always been good at being disciplined. And especially with jobs, like I wasn't someone to like call in, like, you know, I was that person that would like take on extra shifts. And so I was trying to like think back, like what kept me motivated then. And I think my motivation for that was knowing that I had a bigger end goal. So Sarah, maybe like that's something like you even said, like, you know, that you want to work with patients and you know you want to achieve that, but you know, there are certain steps that you have to do first in order to get there. So, you know, maybe just always having that end goal in mind to keep you motivated. I mean, that's, you know, that's one thing. So it's hard to stay motivated while in school. I just want to teach in the classroom. It's hard. And then my comments faded away. Where did you go? They faded away. One thing for work, I think about how the money can help my household and how I can contribute to help out. Yeah, that's a good point too. I think money can be a really big motivator, and not necessarily, not in a bad way either. Because, obviously you need money to live, eat, roof over your head, and all of that. So, that definitely is a motivator for sure. I hate that my comments keep fading. Like, I can see them and then all of a sudden they just fade away. And I'm like, what? Sarah says that you love what you do, so it's easy to stay motivated. I agree. Yeah. So you guys are saying, trying to keep that end goal in mind. Emily, you said your kids are also your motivation. That's a really good point. I feel like that's a really good point that you brought up too, because I see that a lot with either like family members or my friends. I've heard them say you want to be like a good role model to your kids, and I think that's a great point. I do not have children yet, so you say your babies are your motivation. I think that's a great point. I don't have children yet, but I think about that the day, like if it should ever happen and all of that, and I just think like how can I try to like instill some of my values and all of that onto my kids, and how can I show them, like, especially just being a woman and all of that. I think like if I have a little girl, like how do I kind of, I'm trying to think of how the best way to put this into words, but like I want to motivate her. I want her, hopefully to like look up to me and all of that. So, should that day ever come, I think that would be exciting, but it's also I think it's very scary at the same. I think parenting in general is very scary. Let me just say that. I'm reading a book right now about parenting, and it's already like I've already cried twice, and I think I'm only like 13% in. So I can just imagine how tough of a job it must be, and there's so many different things that you're trying to do right. And one of them is trying to be a good example, trying to be a good role model. There's just, not to say like you're trying to keep a kid alive, just in general, you're just trying to keep them alive. I can barely keep my plants alive, you guys. So jeepers, like, you guys are just doing awesome. Okay, I'm going on the other brow. You feel motivated to be the version. Oh, I'm trying to read so fast because I know it's going to fade away. I don't have kids yet either. I feel motivation to be my version of successful, to be able to be a working mom and be able to give to my mother as well. Sorry, I'm trying to read so fast so they don't go away. Parenting is easier when you have a partner that's completely there with you in all aspects. Yeah, I bet so. I bet so. I think someone said Aries is doing great, so that's good practice. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think that she's a pretty good dog too. We got some new neighbors that moved in. And they had a bunch of people over the one day, like helping everybody move in and whatnot. And we kept hearing that they kept saying, she's such a good looking dog. And we were like, thank you. And at one point, Mitch goes, I keep saying thank you, and they say she's a good looking dog. Like, I had something to do with it. Like, and I was like, well, really, like, technically we do. Like, we take care of her. We make sure she's healthy. Like, she has a nice coat. Like, she's, what do we always call her? A slim and trim. I was like, what am I trying to say? I always say to her, like, you're looking so slim and trim, Aries. Because at one point, Aries was actually, no, as a puppy, Aries was a chunky puppy. And it's so funny because we did not see it. Like, people would come over and be like, oh, she's such a chunk. And we're like, really? Like, I think she looks fine. And then we would look back, like even a year, into like having her, we would look back at her puppy photos and we're like, oh my gosh, she was so chunky. Like, how did we not see that? She was just a chunky puppy. And then, she kind of, she got bigger, she filled out and all of that. But at one point she really was like getting up there in the pounds and the lbs. I can hear her little paws on the floor. She knows we're talking about her. But so for her breed, females are supposed to be between 40 and 50 pounds, I believe it is. And at one point, Aries was like like 60, like a little bit over 60 pounds. And we were like, oh no, like what has happened? I remember, and it was something that we didn't really notice. And I remember taking her to, my husband had a slow pitch game one night, and we took her to the fields, and people were like, wow, Aries is getting big, like putting on weight. And we were like, what? And then we took her to the vet for her like regular appointment, and they weighed her, and we were like, oh no. So we had to kind of switch around. We used to just let Aries eat like pretty much whenever, because we would talk to other people that had, you know, animals, and they were like, oh yeah, you know, we just always have her food bowl, you know, the food bowl filled, and you know, you can just graze. But Aries loves food. Like, she loves food. She knows the times that we feed her, because now we feed her at set times, and she she knows her internal clock and all of that. And she will sit by her food bowl, and she will wait. And if you take too long, she will whine like, hello, are you gonna feed, like, you have to feed me. So we realized that we were not able to just leave food out for her, because she was just eating too much. And so we cut back on her food, or just not even cut back, but we just cut back, but we also just made sure we had a certain time and everything for kind of cut back on the amount of scoops, and just making sure that she had regular exercise. In the winter, it's harder, because it's harder to get out with her, and she gets cold pretty fast because she doesn't have an undercoat. So she just gets colder. Like, she loves being outside in the warm weather, versus like I have friends who have German Shepherds, and they do not like being outside when it's super hot, because their coats are so thick and so heavy, but they can go lay outside in the snow all day long and just like live their best lives. So it's just different for her. But you know, we try our best to get her exercise, but we were able to get her back into shape. I think I took her to the vet a couple weeks ago when she had her surgery, and I think she weighed like 47 pounds. So I was like, whoo, like, I don't want her to be like too skinny, of course, but as long as she's within that like range that, you know, they suggest for her breed, I think we're doing pretty good. I'm gonna spray my face with some of the Anastasia Dewy Set. It's really easy to go overboard on this one, so try to do it very, very casually, if you will. I'm just going to try to put like a quick eye look together. We're already at 32 minutes, which is crazy to me. I feel like I've been talking for 7.5. So I'm just going to try to do a quick look with this Natasha palette, and hopefully the shadows don't like break all over me, but I haven't used the middle shade yet. So that is what I want to try out here. I'm so afraid this is going to break all over my lap. But yeah, so thank you to everyone who wrote in about your motivation. Yeah, I think end goal is a big one. I'm with a lot of you guys there. You said that. So, you know, maybe if you're doing something right now and you're not super happy, I would say to you guys, know if you've been following my challenge, I'm really big at like writing down your goals, and not only writing them down so you can see them, you can look back at them and all of that, but also making a plan for those goals. Like, break it down, because I think it can be really challenging to say like, I'm going to do this. This is my goal. And then feeling like you have to achieve it like right away, or like for me, so like what I do with the challenge is break it down into things that you can do every day, or, you know, like once a week, using the Natasha Denona Coral palette. Don't want to break it. That's how I think, that's how I would say that I achieve a lot of my goals, is I try to break it down so it's not so scary, so it's not so overwhelming, and so it's more achievable, I guess. And also, I mean, that kind of goes along with rewarding yourself, because if you break it down into small goals and then you achieve them, then you can give yourself a reward. I'm so excited, because I was talking about in my reward video that I did for the challenge that I think that it's important to reward yourself. I was mentioning that I really wanted to schedule a massage, not only for like doing the challenge, doing something out of my comfort zone, doing daily double uploads every single day on YouTube in the month of August, which has been kind of hard. But also, like, I wanted to celebrate my collaboration that I did with Ofra, you know, all those different things. Like, I really wanted to reward myself, and how I like to do that is getting a massage. And it had been, you know, such a long time since I'd gotten one, but since we moved to this small town, I couldn't get in for a real long time. But I also tried to make a hair appointment here, and I can't get in for like 2 months to get my hair done. So I'm gonna go back to Des Moines, and it's gonna be on Wednesday this week. It's gonna be like my reward day. I'm getting a massage, and I'm also getting my hair done that day. And I am so excited about that. Like, ooh, 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 ooh. I think that's gonna be it's gonna be a pretty good day. So I'm excited. So that will be what I'll be doing on Wednesday, and then I will come home and we will do a live chat at night. So that's gonna be a fun and busy day, but I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm really looking forward to getting my hair done, because I cannot like deal with my hair. When my hair gets to the point where like I need a haircut or just whatever, I just can't deal with it. I just always throw it back. I'm like, oh no, can't. So that's where I'm at. So that's gonna be on Wednesday. I'm super excited. I was trying to decide if I wanted to just like do my blonde highlights like I do every single time, or I know a lot of people are going blonde. Is that what you say? Like a blonde brown? I'm trying to decide if I want to do something like along those routes. I saw Jamie Genevieve posted a photo on Instagram, and her hair looked really beautiful, but I don't know. I used to be a little bit more adventurous with my hair, but I just don't like to do the upkeep. I used to be, I mean, this was years ago, when I still worked at the hospital. I was every 8 weeks getting my hair done, highlight it, cut, just I kept up with it like crazy. And I used to get my nails done very regularly too, which I now do. I've gotten back into the habit of getting my nails done regularly, but I think it like kind of my, reasoning for that too is just like this and like, Instagram, like trying to hold the like products for photos and all of that. So I'm better at keeping up with my nails. I fell off it for a long time, but when I worked at the hospital, I was really good at always making sure I was like keeping up with these appointments. But once I went to being fully self-employed, I had a really, really hard time doing that. I mean, I would go to like the store and buy like box dye, and I would do my hair myself because I felt really guilty since I worked from home. And I don't know, maybe this could be a discussion for a video, but I left my job at the hospital like before I started a YouTube channel. It was because I was publishing so many books. I was working at a book marketing firm also, which was like a full-time gig. And I also owned a publishing company at this time. So I was publishing books for other people. Hold on one sec. Okay. So I was very busy. I also got married, so I was able to get my husband's health insurance, which really quite helped the decision of leaving my job. And it was, so I had been working at this for at least over 5 years that I've been in the book industry and just kind of building things up, publishing my own novels. I think I'd written 3 or 4 novels before I left my job. Had this publishing company, everything was going well. I left my job at the hospital, the stability, the benefits, the regular paycheck, the holidays, all of that. I left that, and then very quickly, like within 3-4 months, the book industry took a mega change, like a huge turn. The book marketing firm that I was at closed down. And they closed down like that. It's a moment that I will never forget, getting an email at 3:00 on a Friday saying, we are shutting down effective Monday. That was a huge part of my income. That was a huge part of me deciding that I was going to leave my job, was because of the hours, but also the paycheck that I was doing for the book marketing. So to get told that was devastating. Because like I said, it truly was me losing a job. It just was. And without, any sort of anything. And how the book company worked, it was kind of interesting. They were very team focused. So you would have teams. You would have an author, an editor, a proofreader, a cover designer, and your marketing manager. I was the marketing manager. I did editing and proofreading too, but I was the main like marketing manager. So I would, you know, it was my job to do the marketing for the books. And I would take on so many authors. And I mean, I would be there as the book marketing manager. It not only was I was trying to do the marketing, but I was involved in the book stuff as well, because I had to know like what was going on. Obviously, I had to read the books. I had to know who to market it to. I had to get to know the author. It was so much time. It was so much work. But so you had this team aspect, and then how you got paid was based off of royalties from the book. You know, the author got the biggest percentage. The book marketing manager got the second largest percentage. Then it went to the editor. So you would have different percentages. And so when the royalties would come, that's how you would get paid. So when the company closed down, how it ended up being was that I had done like, I mean, hours and hours and hours for particular books. And they kind of did like an honor system type of thing. They were like, if you republish your book under a different publishing company, or if you end up self-publishing or whatnot, like you should still pay the people who worked for you. You need to pay your editor, you need to pay your proofreader, but there was really not everybody did that. So when the company closed down, I think I had like 30 or 32 authors that I had worked for. And some of them I did get the paychecks for because the books had already been published. They'd been published for a year, or, whatever it was. So I had kind of like recouped, Lord, what is going on? So I had kind of recouped money there. But there was some books that I put so many hours into, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get paid for any of those hours. And so, like I said, I think it was 32 authors that I was working with at the time that they decided to shut down. I had 3 authors pay me. 3. And that was a really hard lesson to learn about humanity. And again, it's one of those things that like I'll never really forget. I had authors, like when I would like try to reach out to be like, even like if you're self-publishing, like I can still help, like I can still be your marketing manager. I can still help in certain ways. Like we can still keep that whole setup. And I remember one author telling me, well, you didn't really do a whole lot for the book. So like, I'm just not paying anybody. And I was like, didn't do a whole lot for the book, came up with your entire marketing plan, have like a blog tour in place for you, took your phone calls at 11 o'clock at night, my time, left a wedding, even though I was like, okay, what is going on? Hold on one sec. I really do need a moderator. I remember telling one author, like, I'm taking the weekend off. I am going to a wedding, like, da-da-da. And they called me in the middle of the wedding. So I had my phone on silent, but I could see that they called me. So after the ceremony, I leave and I spent an hour not going to this reception, talking to this author. And that same author told me, you really didn't do much. I'm like, okay. And I had another author kind of say something similar, that she was like a pretty successful author, I would say. Like she had quite a few books out. I'm so upset. My hands are shaking talking about this. I did not think this is what we were going to talk about today. But she was pretty successful and had some series out and all of that. And so I was talking to her and I was like, again, like super happy to, continue to help you and all these different things. And she was pretty rude in what she said back, but almost kind of being kind of like telling me like I'm not good enough, was kind of like me reading between the lines. And I was like, okay, and not paying me. And I was like, all right, but you know what's funny? Maybe like 6 months ago, it was fairly recently. No, we hadn't moved yet. But I got an email from that same author basically saying that, because like in my makeup monthly books or my makeup monthly videos, I put in like 5-star books and I recommend books. I recommend books on my Twitter. Apparently in some author group, one of the authors that I had featured once said that they had noticed that me mentioning their book in my makeup monthly had like really helped them out and helped them in sales and you know, all this different stuff. And so that same author that told me I wasn't good enough asked if I would put her book in my makeup monthly and even offered to pay me to promote her book. And I was like, well, would you look at that? I said no. I said no to that. But wow, I remember getting that email, like reading it and running out to Mitch and being like, can you believe this? Like, you know, it's like, ooh, how the tides have turned. Oh, I don't know. Like, it felt nice in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, comes full circle. Like, I was like, well, look how the tables have turned. Like, it was like a good moment, but not like a good, you know what I mean? Like, I felt, yeah, but at the same time, I was just kind of like, ugh. Like, the whole situation just left me with like a feeling, you know? It just sucked all around. And I mean, so many people got screwed over. Also the authors got horribly screwed over in all of this. I mean, there was talks of lawsuits. There was just, I mean, it was just a really bad situation. It was such a bad situation. You know, pretty much everyone got screwed over, like I'm saying. But that was a funny karma moment. I was like, nope, no, I don't want your money to promote your books. Like, no, thank you. I'd rather you just pay me for the work that I did on the other books. But yeah, so I mean, that was a tough lesson in humanity, let me tell you. But how did I even get on this subject? I remember saying that the book industry took such a turn, like right after I left my job, which was very sad to me. But other than that, I really don't know where I was going to go with that one. Not gonna lie. Okay, so this is the look that I did with the coral palette, something just like really simple. I wanted to use that middle shade, which I think was okay. Like, it's kind of like fun and different, but again, I'm still, especially with two of the shades being broke, I'm still just like not really vibing on the palette. I'm going to use the Lancome Grandiose Extreme, mostly because it's been sitting here and I did not grab another mascara. So yeah, so that's a fun story that I could work in here. I always said I was going to like somehow try to put that into a book, but I don't really know how to. But okay, it's hard to talk while doing mascara. But we're at about 50 minutes, so, and I'm about wrapped up with this makeup look. So I don't know, I feel like we touched a little bit on the Monday motivation and all of that, and thank you guys who wrote in about that and waking up early with the challenge and such. You should let me know if there's any topics that you'd want to like have on my radar for tomorrow's live chat, which is going to be in the afternoon. I'm trying to think of the best time to do, because I don't know if I should do like a 1 o'clock my time, a 3 o'clock my time. Like, I don't know if early afternoon is better, late afternoon is better. If you guys have any ideas for me, let me know. But I will be doing a live Tuesday afternoon and also a Wednesday evening. So lots of chances for some live chatting. I'm actually kind of like really liking this mascara, I'm not gonna lie. I think I've liked every Lancome mascara I've tried except for the Monsieur Big, which everybody else loves. Like, I swear sometimes I don't make any sense. Okay. For my highlight, I'm going to use mine with Ofra. I'm so sad that this is almost gone. Like, it's almost the end for my highlight. Thank you to everyone who supported my collab. That was so awesome. And yeah, it's going to be gone at the end of this month. Oh, because it was limited edition. I'm glad that it got to stay longer than I thought it was going to, because I thought it was only going to be around for the 2 weeks that I was kind of like the featured project influencer. But for it to stay around till August, I thought was pretty, till the end of August, I thought was pretty fantastic. But yeah, it's kind of like the last call for this highlighter, which I'm sad. I know I had a lot of people to ask if there would be a mini of this, which that would be, oh man, I would love a mini of this highlighter too, but I don't know, maybe someday we'll be able to come back. I'm excited though because Ofra is announcing the last like project influencer today in a few hours, and I'm excited to see who it is. It was Amanda Diaz after me, and then there's another influencer that will be featured today. So I'm excited to see who it is and what they've put together, because I think they have a new product in their collab too. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so highlighter, and then for lips, I really wanted to wear my Charlotte Tilbury JK Magic because I've been talking about it a lot, but there's been so many new lip products, but I really wanted to bust it out today. I think I'm gonna, should I line my lips? I can't really talk. Bye, Josie. Thank you for coming. I'm going to use the Carli Bybel lip liner and see how I like this one with the JK Magic. And I think I also brought out a gloss just in case, you know, just in case. Gotta see what we gotta do here. I guess I haven't eaten lunch yet, so maybe this isn't the best idea, but you know. I'm such a fan of these Carli Bybel lip liners, I think, and the lipsticks. I think she just did an awesome job. Okay. What else are you guys doing this Monday? Like, who's at work right now? Who's hanging? Let me know what you're up to this Monday. I'm going to get done. I'm going to put together washing your hair. Love it. Love it. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to pop over to the Trend Mood website, see what the new releases are so I can film Wednesday's video. Just got back from Costco. Awesome. Heading to work in a bit. Very good. Very good. And I got to eat some lunch. You know what I really need to do? I need to get a new license. Because we moved has it been like 3 months now that we've moved, and I still don't have a new license. But I also need to get those stars on my license because you need it. I think it's not till next year that you have to have it. The stars on your license to be able to fly, because like if you don't have it, you have to go through like some sort of like weird process or something like that. I don't really know. So I need to get those, but I think you have to bring like, instead of going and just updating your address, you have to bring a bunch of like stuff to like prove your hue or prove your something along those lines. But I'm also kind of intimidated. Like how am I gonna say this? So we moved to a smaller town, like I've been saying, but this is also the town where like my husband grew up, and like his family is here and a bunch of his friends are here. And I don't know, I feel like it just makes me feel like more awkward when I go places because I always run into someone, and I don't know, it just makes me awkward. So like I feel scared. I'm like, I mean, obviously Mitch has to update his too because you know he moved as well. And so I'm like, I just want you to go with me too because I get really weird anxiety in like odd situations, but like if I can't figure out like where to go, I get like super weird, nervous, like sweating. So you know, we have to walk into like the courthouse and there's all these different places, and it just like gives me anxiety thinking about doing it by myself. And I'm like, what if I run into someone and they're like, there was that Samantha just wandering in the hallways like an idiot, like, you know, like the sign's right there, but she just kept missing it. I thought she knows how to read. Like, I just like in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to do it. So I'm waiting for Mitch to be able to go with me because I'm so nervous. It's like, I don't know how to explain that type of anxiety because it just sounds really weird, but I don't know. Mitch was trying to figure out how to do it online, but I think you can't have like any changes. Like if you're just renewing it, you can do it online. But we have to like change our address, and we want to make sure that we get the stars on there too. So I think this is where I'm going to keep my lips. So I have the Carli Bybel Makiage Bybel lip liner, and then the Charlotte Tilbury JK Magic. I was going to do a gloss, but I don't think it needs it. The JK Magic is more of that satin finish. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it for now. So this is my final look for today. I will link everything on the playback. So if there's anything that you were interested in or you missed like what it was, you can check the playback, and I will go link everything as soon as I get done with this. But this is my final look for Monday's video. Thank you guys so much. We're at 54 minutes. Okay. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And yes, I will be live tomorrow afternoon. I will post on my community tab what time exactly. And then I will also be live Wednesday evening. So lots of lives to look forward to. Thank you guys for coming by, spending some time with me. I do appreciate it so much. I hope that you guys have a good Monday, and I'll talk to you soon.